Honestly, I was probably better at putting these in my hair when I was like 9 years old. Ooh. And like I said, I'm all about supporting other fellow, you know, kimchi girls. Good. Hello, it me. So I have a really exciting video today. I purchased the Kimchi Chic Beauty PR box. I'm really excited to unbox it and get into all of that makeup goodness. And I also can't find the microphone to my camera. So I had to bring over my streaming mic. So, unintentional ASMR. You're welcome. Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I did pull it out. So this is what it looks like. Ah. At least these butterfly clips are good for something. We'll go with that. So this is the beautiful box it comes in. Now, full disclosure, I did purchase this. I didn't even know about this makeup collection or that it was gonna be launching until my friend Hubbard told me about it when I was in Korea. So let's go ahead and open the box up. I'm gonna torture you guys this whole video. Oh! I love pop-ups! You're going to destroy everyone with your killer makeup looks. You know it! Kimchi Chic Beauty is also a proud partner of the Trevor Project, and they are committed to donating 2% of their sales to help prevent suicide among LGBTQ youth. Also, oh, sticker! Also, one thing that I was really excited about this whole Kimchi Chic Beauty thing was the collaboration with the artist Ketnips, which is super popular in Korea. I see it everywhere. And like I said, I'm all about supporting other fellow, you know, kimchi girls. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take everything out. Look! I think this was honestly the part of the collection that I was most excited for, because not only does this showcase kimchi, but this showcases Ketnips. And this artwork, I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna keep the box because I'm weird like that. These are huge! Wow! These eyeshadow, like the pans, are enormous. Okay, right off the bat, I am seeing a good little mix of shimmers, glitters, lots of mattes. I should have done the rest of my makeup first, shouldn't I? Because now that I'm looking at it, I've got an eyeshadow palette. We've got 8 of these diamond shards, which, again, this is right at my maturity level, you guys. And then we have these high key glosses. There are 3. And then we'll be right back to play with the makeup a little bit. Ooh. Much better. This butterfly does not want to play. Okay, so let's start playing. I am gonna go ahead and prime my eyes first. I'm using the Peri Ink Primer. Yay! Let me go ahead and just quickly show you guys these shades that we're working with, because I've got to pick one of these, so I kind of need to see all the shades myself. Okay, so I'm doing the voiceover for the swatches of the diamond charts, because when I did my first impressions swatching them, I had very unhelpful commentary like this. It's called Blackout. Assuming by the name, this is going to be the black one. Okay, this is more helpful anyways because we can go through the swatches, you can see the close-ups of them next to each other, and you can see the different dimensions. And I can give you guys a little mini review because I have tested these out a little bit since doing this video. So there are a couple things I'm gonna go over when it comes to these diamond charts. The first thing I wanna talk about is the price. Now these retail for $9, and I feel like that's a very fair price for these. When it comes to glitter liquid shadows, you really can't get any more affordable than that. Now, when it comes to liquid glitter eyeshadows, another thing that I think about is how quickly these set on the lids. That's just because since these are liquid, you don't want them to be moving around as you're working with them and applying them. It is nicer if they have a little bit of a faster setting time, but not so fast that you can't work with them. So that's kind of what I'm going to demonstrate here in a second. And given the swatches are probably a little bit thicker than what you would use on your lid, but they do take actually a second to set, as you can see. Now, why do I care about that? Well, let's flash back to the original video. I know for me, when it comes to liquid eyeshadows, I need to have them dry fairly quickly because if I open my eyes, then it tends to transfer like to my top since, you know, eyelids. Can't live with them, you can't live without them. Thank you for that. So I will talk a bit more about the application process and how fast it sets when I actually apply it onto my lids because we're just going through the swatches right now. But another thing that I noticed about the colors themselves is that a couple of them did look a little similar, which I did notice in the initial first impressions. And the three shades that kind of look similar are My Stage, Can't, and Raise the Curtain. There are slight differences between them. As you can tell, there's different glitters, different dimensions, so they're not exactly the same, but I just want to show you guys this because I know for me personally, if I was only looking to pick a couple up, I'd want to see them next to each other so I can maybe pick one or two of them. The last thing I'm going to cover while I'm doing this swatching part is how long these last and how well these wear throughout the day. And this was one thing that I really appreciated, was that I did not experience really any glitter fallout while wearing these throughout the day. So I did take a couple days to test them out, wear them for the full day just to see if they would actually last all day, and I was pleasantly surprised that they did. So again, for an affordable liquid glitter eyeshadow, I think that these are very nice. There were some colors that I really liked. Gold! Does anyone know that reference? They didn't have a ton of fallout. My only complaint with these is that the application was a little difficult for me, and again, you'll see that when I do the live application in the first impressions, as well as I do a couple different looks using the eyeshadow palette with these diamond shards. You could see kind of different combinations, so we'll get into all of that in a second. So here are the swatches. I will do close-ups, of course, so you guys can see the different dimensions and colors of all the glitters and the chunkiness of them, or the smoothness of them, the opacity of the different shades. I'm curious to try this like super fun raspberry glitter, so I think I'm gonna go for that. So I will be using Strike a Pose. I will probably go ahead and apply that at the end. So let's go ahead and move back to the eyeshadow palette. Let me go ahead and put a little bit of this rust up here in my crease. Looks like it's blending pretty smooth. You know, I really wanna try this hot pink. Oh yeah, okay, now we're talking. I'm also really gravitating towards this like super bright matte blue color. So I think I might run a little bit of that under my eye just for funsies. And then I'm gonna take Champs, which is this shimmery champagne color, which I'm assuming that's what the name is based off of. And I'm gonna put that in my tear duct just to kind of brighten up my eye area in general before I go in for a glitter. I could stop there if I really wanted to, but you know, I gotta apply some diamond shards to my eyes, so. I need a brush, I need a mirror. You guys see that? Looks a little patchy on my lid, which I'm not saying this is bad. It's just definitely not applying as evenly. I'm gonna go ahead and try it with a brush, because sometimes I have better luck with brushes. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, again, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off camera to save us some time. I'm gonna apply a little eyeliner, and then we will be back to swatch the high key glosses. Okay, before we get to the glosses, I'm gonna go ahead and do all these swatches for the Rainbow Shards palette. And of course, I try to keep my swatches as consistent as possible, which I'm showing you here. For the first batch of swatches, I did not use eyeshadow primer. I just like to show how the shadows will swatch on dry skin. So as you can see, some of the matte shadows weren't as pigmented in the swatch. They were a little bit inconsistent, but I have to say that the shimmery shadows were beautiful, super smooth and gorgeous. And it's not like I didn't like the matte shadows, it's just I've tried better ones. But again, kind of my same point with the liquid glitter eyeshadows. This palette is very affordable for what you get. You're getting big sized pans, so it all depends on what you're looking for. And I know some people actually prefer it when their shadows aren't as pigmented because it gives more of a wash of color. That's kind of what Korean beauty trends tend to gravitate towards. So all up to personal preference, but like I said, I just want to give you guys all the information and you can decide what you want to do with it. So now I'm swatching using eyeshadow primer, and as you can see, the swatches are a bit more pigmented, but I was still having a little bit of an issue with the matte shadows. You can see it kind of skipping on my skin there. Again, that's not to say that you can't create beautiful looks with this palette, but it just takes a little bit more effort to work with these. And again, I'm gonna emphasize this, I don't feel like it's fair to expect like luxury eyeshadows out of a palette you're not paying a luxury price point for. And again, for me, kind of the kitschiness of this is that you get the collaboration with Ketnips. And I do actually really like the color combination of this palette. You can get a lot of really neutral, natural looks, but I love the pops of colors. And for me, if I'm gonna do a pop of color, it's usually gonna be a pink, a blue, or, you know, a purple, which is not in this palette. But point being, there's a lot of versatility with this palette, so I appreciate like the artistic vision of this palette. And I'm showing you guys a couple different looks with this palette because I want to show you guys that this is something that you can recreate a lot of different looks. And I also wanted to show you that the diamond shards, they do apply much better with a brush. I'd recommend using a brush to smooth it out instead of the applicator. And as you can see, I did get a much smoother application, so it did take me a couple times to kind of get the hang of using these diamond charts in particular. So anyways, I'm gonna keep showing you guys a couple different looks, so enjoy. I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to share about this palette, but would I recommend this palette? If you're a fan of kimchi, if you're a fan of Ketnips, if you like the packaging, if you're kind of into the kitschiness of it and the cuteness, if budget is a factor for you, then yes. But if you are not fazed by any of those, if all of those are irrelevant to you, then I would say honestly there are probably better eyeshadow palettes out there. Okay, so now I'm gonna stop blabbing and I'm gonna show you guys the final look I created and filmed for this video. In some way, I know we'll fight it. It is a long way out of here, and it's a long way out of state. Tiny chance, don't know exactly what will be there. I'll find you wherever you are. I know we'll be just us. There's no need to attenuate. The commotion is not too late. When we're lost in each other's eyes, we're bound. So yeah, I guess to finish off this video, let's go ahead and move on to the high key gloss. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these all on my lips and let you guys know what I think. Honestly, it's been a hot minute since I've used lip gloss, but we'll see how this goes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try on natural first and see. Whoa. Uh-oh, it's on my teeth already. Wow! That's a color. I could not make a mess, that would be great. Last but not least, we have the shade Acai, and I think this might be the one that I would probably gravitate towards the most. I'll find you wherever you are. I know we'll be just us. There's no need to attenuate. The commotion is not. Those are the 3 high key glosses. I actually am pretty impressed by like how opaque these are. I mean, because they're lip glosses, they do take a little bit of work to get them to lay on your lips evenly. And I mean, like I said from the beginning, I'm not a big lip gloss girl, but if I were, these aren't sticky, which is nice. And also one thing that's kind of random that I appreciate is that they're not scented, because sometimes when it comes to lip products, it's like every single lip product has a scent. So it's refreshing when you find one that doesn't, in case you're sensitive to those kinds of things. Anyways, guys, so that is basically my first impressions of the Kimchi Chic Beauty collection. I was so excited to see that it launched. Again, thank you to Hover for letting me know it was going to be coming out. And let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this this collection, if you're excited about it, if you're gonna be picking anything up, if there's anything in this video that you're particularly looking into, I wanna hear it. And as always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!